Disclaimer: this podcast is issued by the Rotaract Club of Kathmandu Midtown. This podcast provides information on online learning for primary level students. All the things talked about in the podcast are based on the personal experience of our in-house guest speaker, Rtr Mamata Gurung. She is professionally working as a mathematics subject teacher at Next Generation Residential Academy, Kathmandu. There is no intention to harm anyone, and the information talked about is not copied from any sources. The introduction session was talked about by Rotaract Kritisha Aryal. The episode was hosted by Rotaract Simara.
Hello and Namaste. I am Rotaract Kritisha Aryal, serving as a Professional Development Director in Rotaract Club of Kathmandu Midtown. Talking about our club, Rotaract Club of Kathmandu Midtown, Rotary International District 3292 is a Rotary Club of Kathmandu Midtown sponsored social club for young college students and professionals, which was chartered on 5th November 1997. Rotary clubs across the globe bring together people of 18 years and above to enhance the knowledge and skills that will assist them in personal development, address the community's physical and social needs, and promote better relations between all people worldwide through a framework of friendship and service. With the beginning of New Year 2022, we've come up with a new energy and decided to record our first episode of Midtowners podcast. This podcast basically helps the club members to enhance public speaking skills and be vocal for the cross-cutting issues. So welcome to our first episode of Midtowners podcast.
So welcome to our first episode of podcast. Today we have our own in-house speaker, Rtr Mamata Gurung, who is serving as the general member. Miss Gurung is a social work graduate from Tribhuvan University, and professionally she is working as a mathematics teacher. So let's welcome Miss Gurung.
Thank you so much, Seema.
Today we will be talking on online learning for primary level students. As you are all aware about present education system, how all the education platform have changed into online learning. We are here with some question which will explore online learning for primary level students. At first, I would like to ask Miss Gurung to introduce the primary level students and what online learning is.
Before talking about primary level student, I would like to talk about what primary level education is. So it is the next step after kindergarten. अब kindergarten चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने we make sure that students are comfortable coming to school, rather than just being involved with family members भन्दा पनि there is another group with whom they can cope up भन्ने त्यो मेन्टालिटी चाहिँ स्टुडेन्टमा बसोस् भनेर we welcome all the students as a kindergarten student. अनि त्यसपछि kindergarten पछिको अर्को स्टेप भनेको चाहिँ it comes primary level education and it starts from grade 1 to grade 5. So basically अब 1 देखि 5 सम्म involved हुने स्टुडेन्टलाई चाहिँ we take it as primary level student. Talking about online education system, it is the educational system which is taken by most of the schools and colleges right now, where students and teachers are not teaching and learning physically, but through different online platforms like Zoom and different websites like Google Classroom, Google Meet, etc.
Yes, obviously. The present situation has led all the education system to switch to the online platforms and operate through it. So in the same way, I would like to know your viewpoint on the effectiveness of online learning to the primary level students.
I think it's like something better than nothing भन्छ नि त्यस्तै हो प्रेजेन्ट सिनारियोमा चाहिँ किनभने लाइक समथिङ बेटर देन नथिङ भन्छ नि त्यस्तै हो अहिलेको टाइममा चाहिँ किनभने यो कोभिडको वेभ अब आउने जाने गरिरहेछ नि त अनि स्कुलहरू चाहिँ टोटली अहिले ओपन पनि हुन सक्दैन अब गभर्नमेन्टले जतिखेर पनि नोटिस दिन सक्छ नि त ओके क्लोज दिस स्कुल फर दिस मच टाइम भनेर अनि त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ हामीले के गर्नुहुन्छ सबै बन्द गरेर अनलाइनमा जानुपर्ने हुन्छ सो अब अनलाइन पनि सुरु नगरिकन यतिकै स्टुडेन्टलाई छोडिदिनु भन्दा पनि अहिलेको टाइममा चाहिँ एटलिस्ट अनलाइन भयो भने दे विल बी अकुपाइड नि त एजुकेसनली सो दे विल लर्न समथिङ इजन्ट इट लाइक अब हामीले सिम्पल एउटा दुईवटा असाइनमेन्ट दिए पनि एटलिस्ट दे विल टच देयर बुक्स तर अनलाइनै भएन भने त के हुन्छ दे विल बी टोटली अकुपाइड विथ एक्स्ट्रा थिङ्स लाइक अनलाइन गेमिङको कुराहरू छ च्याटिङहरू यताउता भयो सो इट्स समथिङ बेटर देन नथिङ जस्तै हो प्रेजेन्ट सिनारियोमा चाहिँ बट अब यस्तो वेभहरू कोभिड वेभहरू नहुँदाखेरि चाहिँ आफ्टर दिज अल सिनारियो इन्स आई वुड प्रिफर फिजिकल क्लासेस कम्पेरिजन टु अनलाइन सो इट इज इफेक्टिभ in a way that students will be occupied in present scenario, but in a long term, physical classes are better.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Something is always better than nothing. In the same way, I would like to ask you about the positive impacts that the online learning create on the primary level students.
Talking about positive sides of online education system in primary level students, I would like to say that students will be familiar to technology. Now, they don't have to rely totally on, like, today I'll be going to school. If we give, being a teacher, I give assignment to the students later. If it was before, they have to wait till tomorrow. Like, if I don't know this question, I need to wait till tomorrow. I need to go and visit the class, then I need to meet my teacher, then only I can ask the question. But in present scenario, what I find is, if they do not know something, they will directly send a photo, miss, okay, I'm confused in this step, would you like to help me, would you help me for this? So that is what I found positive in the impact in terms of online learning for primary student, because it is easier for them to interact with the teacher.
Definitely. Instant interaction saves the time and is also important for the students' growth. Regardless of that, I would like to know what are the negative impacts that the online learning create among the primary level students.
So talking about the downsides, there are lots of downsides, right? But now I would like to talk about very few. First, it has to be creativeness of the students. Students become literally less interactive and less creative when we are teaching online, like if we ask questions also, they don't speak at all. If you just speak up to them, they feel like not answering and they just leave the group or leave the any platform like Zoom or something. And next, it has to be mental health of the student, as all the schools are running online this time. So what happens is students remain idle at their home and they don't have anyone to talk with, to deal with. Okay, their parents are also busy working online or outside. In present scenario, only schools are closed right now, but all except school, all the businesses are running, so they are alone at home. And what happens is they stay idle and they become less interactive and they are staying home alone later. And they are totally occupied in online games, like present context ko kura गर्ने हो भने students are more into TikToks, YouTube gaming, online gaming, and त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ their mind is totally disturbed, which is affecting their performances academically, as well as it is deteriorating their personal growth as well. That is what I feel.
Okay. In the same way, I would like to ask that does the online learning weaken the base of the students and negatively affect the future of the students too?
Okay, it definitely does, As I said, like our primary level education system starts from grade 1 to grade 5. Talking about me particularly, I teach maths, and if I'm teaching to grade 1 students and for example, I'm teaching them about geometrical figures of maths, like what is square, rectangle and circles. And to those students who are present in online classes, they will somehow get it. But to the ones those who are absent, it will be like they will be just out of knowledge what the figures are actually in class. And when they are promoted to grade 2, they need to learn how many sides are there, how many curves are there, how many angles are there. If they miss that also, it will be difficult for them. And in next table, they need to read the formula like area of rectangle, perimeter of rectangle. So के हुन्छ भने स्टुडेन्टले मिस गर्यो भने चाहिँ यो कुरा एकैचोटि लर्न गर्न चाहिँ उनीहरूलाई एकदमै गाह्रो हुन्छ कि. So this is the downside. And talking about how it affects the students in future. So primary level education भनेको चाहिँ it's not only about bookish knowledge, it's all about character development as well. So अब स्कुलमा फिजिकली स्टुडेन्टहरू प्रेजेन्ट हुँदा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने they not only learn about book and bookish knowledge, and they also learn how to cooperate with the friends, how to deal with the teachers, how to be in a disciplined way, and it's all about character development as well. जुन चाहिँ अब online learning मा त पक्कै पनि हुँदैन नि त, because students are limited on screen and it will be literally so difficult for teachers to deal with them in terms of character, isn't it? So character development को perspective बाट हेर्ने हो भने चाहिँ they have to be available physically नै. So yes, I would like to say that it totally affects in the character development of the student if the classes are run online.
Yes, I totally agree with what you said. primary level students not only learn the academics in school but also learn about their character development, which online is not possible. As you know, during the first wave all the education systems started operating online, but after the first wave education system get back to normal. In the same context, I want to ask, what are the changes that you found among your students who switched from online classes to the physical classes?
I found lots of changes in students when they came in physical classes after the wave, and I would like to talk about three things here. Firstly, assignment. Secondly, their character. And thirdly, it's about extracurricular activities. When students came back to school after online classes, what I found difference is in their character. Okay? They were literally less interactive. Online class पहिला physical classes भइरहँदा चाहिँ के हुन्थ्यो, students used to cooperate with the teachers in very well manner, and after they came back to physical classes after online, so what happened is they became less interactive, and we used to, talking about me, I used to ask them lots of questions and interaction. They became totally less interactive. And talking about assignment, what they used to do in online classes is we used to assign them some work, right? So what they used to do, they used to send us literally like incomplete assignment. So physical classes मा आउँदा पनि के भयो भने जसले चाहिँ पहिला physical classes हरु नै हुँदाखेरि homework submission गर्थ्यो टाइममा, even they used to feel lazy about the assignment के, अनि assignment मा भयो. And last, it is about extracurricular activities. They became totally dull in terms of like creative activities like dance, music. They used to talk about online gaming in class also. And I would like to share one experience. What I was teaching in class one day, and one student said, "Miss, please send us the assignment in our group. I'm feeling lazy to write right now." And it's not good neither, because they were used to online learning at that time and they just wanted the same environment in physical classes as well, which is not good at all. So yes, I found lots of changes in the student in terms of assignment, character and extracurricular activities.
Okay, so as you said, you found various problems among the students while they study in online class and when the environment of online class changes to physical classes. So how are the teachers affected during the online learning preparation for primary level students?
There is a huge difference in preparing the lesson plan, in online classes and physical classes. Physical classes हुँदा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने we simply go to class with a marker and एउटा book and we have certain lesson plan. One period is equivalent to 45 minutes. 45 minutes ma we यति टाइमसम्म यो गर्ने, this much for brainstorming, this much time is for games or something out of topic, so that student feel motivated to get into the book. But when it comes about online classes, it's more burden to teachers. Okay? So it's not only about book. You won't be carrying a book and you visit it to the classes. So first what we need to visit different sites, different online teaching material prepare garnu parne huncha. We need to go through PowerPoint, we need to prepare different slides, and being a maths teacher चाहिँ झन् मलाई चाहिँ कस्तो एकदमै पर्सनली भन्ने हो भने चाहिँ it was so tough के numerical अब online बाट teach गर्दा. It's not like you can give one site and visit this site, see this video भन्दा पनि मिल्दैन नि त. You have to go through different process, step wise सिकाउनु पर्ने हुँदा चाहिँ it was so tough for me talking personally चाहिँ. I mean, yes, it's not only about taking book and marker, it's also about teaching them process-wise. It's very tough to the teacher because we have to go through different sites, video, picture, and online teaching material. One class is equivalent to 40 minutes in online learning. And we have to wait around 5 to 6 minutes to the students. The student we need to wait. They will come and they will just, some students come during that time. And Miss, I had this issue. Miss, there was no internet connection. And students say, we feel distracted. I am teaching, for example, I am teaching one thing. Okay, what student says, Miss, I was out of the class, I had network issue, and अर्को मिस I joined the class just right now, please will you just explain this again. त्यो कारणले चाहिँ when I teach in physical class, if I can teach 4 questions in 45 minutes भने it takes around 40 minutes to teach me even to just 2 questions. Okay? So it's so much but के भन्ने pressurized and त्यसपछि full of burden teaching online compared to physical classes.
So it is quite tough for teachers while they are teaching their students through online medium. As you said, it is quite hard to grab the attention of the students during the online classes. So what are the things that teachers can do in order to make the classes interesting and so that students are attracted to learning through online too?
So there are many things that we can do to make the class interesting when it comes about online. Physical classes मा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने क्लास अब टोटली बोरिङ भन्ने चाहिँ हुँदैन, obviously interesting हुन्छ किनभने there are lots of students नि त, टिचर र स्टुडेन्ट अब 100% स्टुडेन्टको पार्टिसिपेसन हुन्छ, तर अनलाइन क्लासमा चाहिँ we hardly get 50% attendance of the students के. अनि पढाउँदै के हुन्छ भने एउटा स्टुडेन्टले एउटा भनिदिन्छ, अर्कोले अर्को भन्छ, त्यसले गर्दाखेरि पनि स्टुडेन्टको माइन्ड अब के हुन्छ पढाउँदै पनि अब डिस्ट्र्याक्ट चाहिँ नट इन अ नेगेटिभ सेन्स बट इन अ पोजिटिभ सेन्स चाहिँ हुने भने क्लास अलिकति रमाइलो हुन्छ नि त. सो पढेँ भन्ने मात्र फिल हुँदैन कि. अनि मलाई चाहिँ के लाग्छ भने इट्स अप टु टिचर्स अल्सो कसरी क्लासलाई इन्ट्रेस्टिङ बनाउने भनेर चाहिँ अनि टोटली फिजिकल क्लासेसमा मात्रै रिलाइ हुनुपर्छ जस्तै लाग्दैन कि मलाई टु मेक द क्लास इन्ट्रेस्टिङ. अब टकिङ अबाउट माई वान एक्सपिरियन्स वाट आई डिड भने म चाहिँ अब फिजिकल क्लासेसमा पनि आई अलवेज स्टार्ट विथ ब्रेन स्टोमिङ के एभ्री क्लासेस अनि हाउ इज देयर डे गोइङ अन वाट दे डिड अनि त्यसपछि वाट दे आर डुइङ इन दिस डेज एक्सेप्ट देयर स्टडिज के गर्दैछ त, हाउ वाट आर देयर हबिज त्यसरी सुरु गर्छु फिजिकल क्लासेसमा. अनि अनलाइन क्लासेसमा चाहिँ एट फर्स्ट इट बिकेम अ बिट डिफिकल्ट फर मी. अब कसरी गर्ने त क्लासमा स्टुडेन्ट्सहरू त ल्याउनु पऱ्यो. अब लाइक बिङ वान अफ द टिचर्स who involve students in extra things also, it was a big challenge for me how to keep the same environment, how to maintain the same environment in online classes as well. So मैले चाहिँ के गर्थेँ भने I used to make them do different yogas के हाम्रो लाफिङ योगाहरू भन्ने हुन्छ एकदम सर्ट एन्ड स्विट अनि कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ अब हाम्रो सबै क्लासमा हुन्छ नि त क्लासको सिङ्गर क्लासको डान्सर भन्ने सबै स्कुलमा स्टुडेन्टहरू हुन्छ नि त. अनि त्यसपछि कसैलाई गीत गाउन लगाइदियो अनि त्यसपछि अनि केही लाइक अब हुन्छ नि त अनि डान्सबाट सुरु गर्यो, म्युजिकबाट सुरु गर्यो अनि त्यसपछि अनि इन्टरेक्ट गर्न लाग्यो ओके तिमी योसँग बोल इन सर्टेन टपिक त्यसरी भनेर चाहिँ आई युज टु मेक द सेम इन्भाइरोमेन्ट. अनि स्टुडेन्टहरू पनि दे युज टु इन्जोय. अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ ठ्याक्क अनि कन्टेन्टमा जम्प गऱ्यो. अनि त्यसपछि स्टुडेन्ट्स विल बी मोटिभेटेड टु रिड पनि कि डाइरेक्टली अब त्यो पढाइमा मात्रै डिपेन्ड नभएर फर्स्टमा चाहिँ अब उनीहरूकोलाई अब एक्स्ट्रा कुरामा इन्भल्भ भयो नि त. त्यसपछि अनि कमिङ टु सिलेबसमा आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ अनि क्लास युज टु बी इन्ट्रेस्टिङ एन्ड प्रोडक्टिभ एट द सेम टाइम.
Quite interesting ideas to attract the students towards your class. I hope in present time when you use these kinds of interesting ideas, students of your class are really attentive. And so now we are at the end of the first episode. I would request you to make the closing remarks and add up if there is anything else.
Yes, I would definitely like to add up few things here. अनि हाम्रो यो कोभिडको टाइम सुरु भएदेखि चाहिँ कति टाइम लाइक अराउन्ड 2 months जति त क्लासेसहरू नै भएन नि त किनभने होल एजुकेसनल सिस्टम वाज इन डिलेमा के गर्ने त अब भनेर. अनि त्यसपछि कति अब स्कुलहरू खुल्ने चान्सेसहरू नभएपछि सिनारियो चाहिँ एकदमै वर्स्ट हुँदै गएपछि चाहिँ अनि वी केम अप विथ ओके ल अनलाइन क्लासेस इज द सल्युसन भनेर. अनि वाट ह्यापन भने अनलाइन क्लासेसहरू हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ स्कुलहरू लिटरली केमा फोकस भयो भने ओन्ली अबाउट टिचिङ देम थरोली फ्रम बुक के. अनि त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब फिजिकल क्लासेसहरूमा के हुन्थ्यो भने स्टुडेन्ट युज टु बी इन्भल्भ इन सिए एक्टिभिटिज लाइक पेन्टिङ, म्युजिक, डान्स अनि डिफ्रेन्ट भोलिन्टरी एक्टिभिटिज. यो त टोटली अब एकदमै स्टपै भयो नि त टोटली बुकको कुरा मात्र भयो, थ्योरिज एन्ड अल, म्याथमेटिकल प्रब्लम्स एन्ड अल, अनि यस्तै अब नेपालमा भन्नु पर्दाखेरि अब यो लेख्नेहरू मात्र भयो नि त। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ स्टुडेन्टको चाहिँ यो पढाइप्रति चाहिँ अलिकति इफेक्टिभनेसहरू कम हुन गयो होइन। सो अब अहिले पनि एकदमै वी डु नट नो के हुन्छ अब आउने दिनहरूमा, इट इज स्टिल अनसर्टेन नि त। हु नोज अब फेरि अर्को वेभ आएर फेरि वी मे निड टु बी ब्याक टु अनलाइन क्लासेस होइन। अनि अब चाहिँ के गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ भने स्कुलहरूले चाहिँ टोटली अब यो पढाइ रिलेटेड मात्र नभएर अनलाइन क्लासमा पनि वी निड टु एड अप सिए एक्टिभिटिज टु के, लाइक अब डान्सै हुन्छ, डान्स पोसिबल छैन भने एटलिस्ट म्युजिक, एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिभिटिज, अनि डिफ्रेन्ट मेन्टल हेल्थ अवेरनेस प्रोग्राम्सहरू यस्तो गऱ्यो भने चाहिँ आई थिङ्क स्टुडेन्ट विल बी मोर इन्टु लर्निङ के, बिकज दे विल गेट टु एक्सपिरियन्स एभ्रिथिङ अगेन नि त। सो आई थिङ्क यस अब स्कुलहरूले चाहिँ इफ अनलाइन क्लासेस फेरि सुरु भयो भने चाहिँ टोटल्ली अब यो टिचिङ बुकको नलेजहरू मात्र भन्दा पनि एक्स्ट्रा थिङ्सहरू पनि एडप्ट गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो चाहिँ लाग्छ मलाई। And thank you so much, Seema, for having me here in this episode and giving me some space so that I could share my experience and whatever knowledge I had in terms of online learning for primary level education. I literally enjoyed today's our interaction. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Gurung. It was indeed an insightful as well as interactive episode. I hope our listener enjoyed our first episode. If you have any suggestion or recommendation for us, please drop it in comment box. Stay tuned for our next episode. Take care and stay safe. Thank you.